Some scientists admit that the probability of finding living in a computer simulation could be very likely. Scientists show some features of our universe that give the green light to this belief. For example, in our universe everything we know and discover is quantifiable and can be understood with numbers and math basically. As an example, all living beings on our planet share a structure identical basic DNA, then vary or other sequences which in turn in the case of humans is virtually identical with the exception of some genes that could be processed are added random or controlled manner into several groups to create more and more beings. What explained in the previous paragraph would make sense in the case of a computer simulation, and is thus the programmer or programmer's simulation would not have to rewrite the entire DNA code again to create another living being, so should only make some minor variations that a very powerful supercomputer and a computerized algorithm, which could be controlled and updated manually by much more advanced than we extraterrestrial beings might be being processed. The possibility that may exist super advanced aliens, perhaps 1 million or 10 million years or more, is contemplated by the science. Such an advanced civilization is likely to have conquered death itself, being totally immortal beings. The only deaths could occur by accident, a method of instruction and entertainment. Such an advanced civilization could be playing video games, live past to learn of their own history, or travel to other places around simulation and avoid unnecessary risks, bone accidents. What I mean is that we could be living a virtual reality so perfect that all we would find. It is very likely that at the end of the simulation, death, we returned to the place of departure. Such an advanced civilization, and that to the universe expanded to unknown limits, being immortal, is very likely to have such a boring life that had to entertain themselves with simulations universes, create them themselves or acquire simulations already created. Should enter the glitches or bugs as they are known, bugs in some programs and games, which could be related to ghosts, anomalies and paranormal events. Usually these things happen in lonely places, at night, at which time fewer people are awake in the areas of events. The explanation could be that occur at times of system upgrade, although this would be delving too deeply into the mysteries of our world, and there is nothing to corroborate the explanation, but it could, if possible, and can relate in one way or another. Something similar to the world of video games, but not so advanced that we imagine, or if we could imagine if we look at our own lives. Perhaps none of us are really living beings, although we think or believe exist. Perhaps the same simulation is so perfect that makes us imagine our existence, which would explain the concept that when we die everything finished forever. This would mean that the programmer is the only video game player, playing God. It could also be that each of us acknowledgement and we were living a simulation on our avatar, chosen by ourselves or randomly. The latter possibility more like the programmer playing God, of course, me too. But the truth is that nobody knows, and so far there is no way to test the theory. But since he made an appearance, the famous movie Matrix or Deja Vu, many have stopped to think about the likelihood that something like this could be the reality, that know or live simulation should I say.